What's more likely?
Never say never, but never.
Thank you very much, Coach
All right,
Tomlin.
so I've got a bunch of NFL schedule-related ones, okay? A couple basketball and then some golf, all right? Ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's more likely, Rich, in 2022 NFL season, someone goes winless or undefeated?
Give that to me again.
What's more likely, the 2022 NFL season coming up in a matter of 4 months, that someone goes winless or a team goes undefeated?
I'll go winless.
And
I'll go winless.
That team might be. You picked the Jaguars for this graphic? Wow.
Well, I mean, the reason why it's been chosen is they're back-to-back overall, number one overall selected teams. Plus, I'm just defending Sean Mitchell, who's probably the one to put that together. Somebody's got to be put up there. Look, man.
I mean, Seattle.
Here's why I'm
Houston.
saying. Here's why I'm saying it is because you can't. You asked me what's more likely, and I'll say it's more likely somebody goes winless than undefeated. And I'll just repeat again: there are 13 teams that have 5 primetime games, and there are a ton of AFC teams that are really going to be beating the crap out of some NFC teams when they do some cross-conference games. I would peg somebody. I don't want to peg anybody,
No,
but
of course
I'll
not.
just say that this league has a very, very good chance of being top heavy.
I see.
And so I'll choose winless over perfect. That's why.
All right. What's more likely? Who more likely to return to the Super Bowl? Rams or Bengals?
Rams. I'll say Rams. Rams have a more talented roster than Bengals. I mean, it's a fact. And the Bengals, as you know, I sing their praises, and I love Joe Burrow, and I love what they've done to that offensive line to protect him, and I think that they're terrific. But I mean, just talking to Sean McVay while you were away the other day, Chris, it was kind of stupid talking to him about, okay, Cooper Kupp. We didn't even get to Cooper Kupp till like minute 10 because we were too busy talking about, his decision to maybe do something other than coaching.
Sure.
When I finally checked that box,
Yep.
And then we started talking about his play calling in the Super Bowl, which led to the soundbite clubhouse leader of soundbite of the year when I brought up the Cooper Kupp 4th down run call and that final drive, and he's like, "That's some pretty big balls by me, Rich, huh?" And
he said it with his chest.
And once we got through that and talking about Aaron Donald, and I mentioned to him, like, if you could make an all-star team from the NFC West over the last 10 years, you'd put Donald on that defensive line, Bobby Wagner in linebacking core, and Jalen Ramsey in the back end of the defense, and you've got all three on one team. And then he's just like, and then there's Leonard Floyd. And then we talk about that offensive line. Yeah, there's no Whitworth, but, they've got Allen Robinson where he is.
True.
And Kupp and Van Jefferson and Cam Akers coming off of being back and Matthew Stafford and so on and so on and so on. It's stupid how set the Rams are to repeat, and that's why I'm going with them here in this conversation. And Allen Robinson was funny last night. Mooch with Matthew Stafford on the set to start the schedule release show. They talked about Allen Robinson because Irv brought him up like he's a dog. He goes, "No, you got Kupp there, and you got other guys. Like, are you going to be concerned about splitting up the footballs?" And I interrupted. I'm like, "What are you talking about? Allen Robinson gets 2 throws. That's already one more than he's used to getting in a game."
Wow.
It's the truth. Wow. Imagine what he's going to look like in this offense when he's fed like 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And then I asked McVay, is it possible Odell comes back? He's like, of course I want him back. That's why that's more likely in my mind.
All right, sticking in the NFC West, okay? NFC West playoff team most likely to miss the playoffs, Cardinals or 49ers? They're both not going to make it again. Statistically speaking. One of them's going to be out if you think the Rams are most likely to repeat.
I've got to go with the team that's not going to have their top wide receiver for 6 games. That's it. And Debo, I'm telling you, he's coming back. And I understand why our top-notch production crew put Kyler on one side and on the other side put Trey Lance, because everybody thinks Trey Lance is going to suck. And that's why they got to hold on to Jimmy Garoppolo, or Jimmy's still there because they're hedging their bets on Lance not being good. And what's Lance going to look like? Hold your horses. Hold your horses. So if I had to choose one team that would miss it, it would be one team that's not going to have their wide receiver for 6 games, their top wide receiver for 6 games. And I'll take the team that almost went to the Super Bowl 2 out of the last 3 years.
All right.
Is what I'll say, knowing that both teams are incredibly talented. You have forced me. That's why it's called What's More Likely. I'll take that.
Let's stay out west. Same question. AFC West. AFC West playoff team from last year. Most likely to miss the playoffs. Chiefs or Raiders?
Oh, come on, Chris.
Everyone thinks Denver is this Super Bowl contending team. So let's put Denver in, and one of these teams has to miss it.
I'm not putting Denver in, and I'm taking both.
You can't. You've got to choose what's more likely. Miss the playoffs.
Of course, I think
Chiefs
the Chiefs are
or
making
Raiders.
the playoffs. Come on, of course you think. But if I had to choose, of course I'll take the Kansas City Chiefs because of Mahomes.
To miss it or
but
make it?
I already told you that I think the Raiders are going to win the division.
Then you think the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs?
No, they're not going to miss it because they're better than the Broncos.
Are they?
Yes. 1,000,000% yes.
1,000,000%
yes.
yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
I
reject that.
Let's clip this off. Let's clip this off. May 13th.
What's more likely on its premise.
All right, then you're not going to like this question.
Great setup.
What's more likely? Quarterback in a new spot to win more games in 2022. Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan.
I'll go Matt Ryan.
To win more games?
Yeah. I'll go Matt Ryan. Oh, yeah.
You're not feeling Denver, huh?
I need to see it. I love Russ, but it's not just add Russ. I don't think it's just add Russ. New coach, new quarterback, new situation. That's why it's a window for Russell Wilson. It's not a year for Russell Wilson. It's not like he's Tom Brady where you don't know how much time he's got left. And you think it's probably going to wind up being longer than you think until, Tom gets $375 million Murdoch dollars.
Can you believe that happened, by the way?
So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think Matt Ryan, I think just add Matt will wind up with more wins than just add Russ. They've got a better running situation in Indianapolis. They've got 2 tall wide receivers there in Indianapolis, and Pierce and Pittman. And I know, that Denver has some talented players, and just add Russ. They've gone from let Russ cook to just add Russ in Denver, and I just need to see it first. I would be pleasantly surprised. It's not like I'm slagging on him. I'm just saying I need to see it.
Broncos fans.
That's it. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.